Hi Gemini, welcome to December. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I start your reading, I want to call in some good energy. So we have 2 eclipses this month and a full moon in Cancer. And Jupiter and Saturn get together in Aquarius at the solstice, and this is a significant event. They're moving into a new sign, into the air, into Aquarius, but also into a new element, which they haven't done in years. So we're now in the element of air, and I think they're ushering in a new age and a new cycle. So let's see what Gemini needs to know about love and relationships and what the eclipse energy will bring in for the month of December. And these eclipses, their influence lasts for 6 months. So the first eclipse is in your sign in Gemini. But let's see what the cards say. We'll talk about the astrology in a little while. What does Gemini need to know about relationships? What does Gemini need to know about relationships for the month of December 2020? The Page of Pentacles, the 3 of Cups, the Justice card, the Lovers, the Fool, the Queen of Wands, the 6 of Wands, the 8 of Cups, the 2 of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. And the card at the bottom is the 6 of Swords. Okay, so starting out the month, you have the Page of Pentacles followed by the 3 of Cups. So this is going to be a social month for you. The Page of Pentacles is about, it's the card of the student. And it's a card of being open to the new, open to learning new things. So you might be getting together with groups of people. With the 3 of Cups, you may feel supported. It's like you're joining a group where you feel supported in the things that you do. And with the Page of Pentacles, you could be learning new things this month. And the 3 of Cups is a card of also celebration. So you could be celebrating with friends about or even going to parties. Sometimes the 3 of Cups can even represent a birth. You're giving birth to something. And it could be a creative project or a new love. Rather, it doesn't always have to be a child. But it is definitely, it's a card of celebration. Justice is in the past. And then it's followed by the Lovers. So it's possible that you had some kind of legal situation that had to be resolved. And with the Lovers here, this is a card this is an influence that's passing. So it's possible that you had to make a decision about a relationship, either whether to stay or to go, or maybe you were choosing between 2 people. And here's the 6 of Swords. This is a card of moving away from difficulty. So I feel that you have 2 6s in the reading and the 8 of Cups. So I think you might have been leaving something behind and moving on to something else this month. The Fool is coming up in the future with the Queen of Wands. So there could be a new beginning, a new cycle coming in where you could be starting a new relationship. You could be winding up in a totally different environment, something totally new, something different. And I feel like you're going to be leaving a lot of your struggles behind. If there was some kind of injustice, Justice card also means it's a card of karma. So you're finished. It's like you're completing some type of karmic situation. A decision has been made. If you felt like you were treated unfairly, I think if a decision that has been made that is fair to both parties. And I feel like you're leaving the past behind and moving up into the future. The Queen of Wands, that could be someone that you're getting involved with. You could be getting involved, because you also have the King and the Queen here. So you could be getting involved with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Or it could also mean the Queen of Wands is someone who goes after what they want. She sees what she wants and she goes after it. She's the leader. So you could be taking more of a leadership role in your life. And with the Fool card, it's like you're ready for the new. You're ready, you've completed something, and now you're ready to move on. And I think you're going to be celebrating your success in December. The Six of Wands is here too. This is also a card of victory and travel, being thought of as someone who's very good at what they do. It's a type of victory. It could be some type of promotion. The Eight of Cups is in your environment. That's a card of moving away, leaving something behind that was once good, but it's no longer serving you. I feel like you're ready for the new. You're ready for some new adventure. And the Two of Pentacles is in your wish fulfillment sector. So you could be juggling a lot, which is a typical Gemini thing. To be doing more than one project, to be working on two different things at the same time. You could be juggling two people in a relation if you're dating. But I think that the Pentacles is more of projects and work, that you've got a lot of irons in the fire. And then you have the King of Wands as the outcome. So I feel that when the Queen and the King of the same suit come out, you have the potential to connect with someone with a soulmate type of connection, where the two people are very compatible. So there could be a new relationship coming up, or a new beginning in an existing relationship, because the Fool means turning over a new leaf, starting a new cycle. And whether that means, if you're in a committed partnership, deciding to commit to that relationship and start over in some way, or it could mean that you leave a relationship behind because it's no longer fulfilling and you're moving on to something brand new. The King energy, the King of Wands energy, that's someone who's a good leader. All the fire signs are good leaders. Someone who is very outspoken, not afraid to speak his mind or her mind, because the Court cards can represent either sex. Someone who could be a little bossy at times, but they're coming from a good place because they have a good heart. They're very generous. And they could be a mentor, someone who shows you the ropes or teaches you in some way. But definitely the Queen of Wands, you could be taking more of a leadership role at work or even in your life, where you're deciding, I'm going to go out and get what I want. I'm going to go out and manifest. Ready for a new cycle, because you're leaving something behind. You're leaving troubles and worries behind, and you're open to the new this month. So let's see. The lunar eclipse in Gemini was on November 30th, but it's going to be affecting December and up to the next it could be up to the next 6 months. Eclipses have a 6-month cycle. Sometimes you feel them a month before, a month later, or even up to 6 months later. But definitely you'll be feeling this in December. So this is happening in your first house, and it's affecting your relationships. Now, when a lunar eclipse it's a full moon, so there could be an ending that happens suddenly where someone is eclipsed from your life, or it could mean the full moon also brings things to light, so you have certain realizations about relationships. But usually if there's a change, a sudden change, it's usually a female who gets eclipsed in a lunar eclipse. It could be a male, but usually it's female. Venus is in your 6th house. And it's opposing Uranus in the 12th. So Uranus in the 12th, you are doing a lot of clearing. You're getting rid of a lot of baggage. There could be unexpected developments around work in the 6th house. Venus in the 6th means you're getting along better with your colleagues. It could bring a romance around your work environment if you're working. Mercury is going to be in Scorpio. Mercury is actually in your 6th house as well. And it's sextile Saturn and Jupiter in your 8th house. So that's good for Mercury in the 6th. Could be good for doing detailed work, checking into all the details, communicating. Maybe you're involved more in communication around this time. If there's any kind of health issue, it could have to do with your, headaches or mental stress. So you want to be careful about that, not overworking, overthinking. But Mercury sextile Jupiter and Saturn in the 8th is bringing in abundance connected with a partner's income or with some kind of funding. So if you're working on a project and you're waiting for funding to come in, you might hear news that, you might be signing a contract. And the 6th house is usually a house of service. But whatever you're doing in the world in December, you're going to be loving it. Because it's going to be allowing you to communicate, you're feeling like you're serving in a good way. And if you're starting something in December with Mercury sextile Saturn and Jupiter, if you're signing any contracts, it's going to be in place for a long time. Mars is in the 11th house, and it's sextile the North Node in Gemini in the 1st house. So Mars, I feel like you're really going to take action toward a goal or a dream. The 11th house is the house of friendships, the groups that you belong to, goals or wishes or dreams that you've wanted to achieve. And with Mars there, it's giving you the energy. Mars is giving you the energy to go after what you've always wanted. And the fact that it's sextile the North Node, it's almost like saying, this is your soul path. You're going to find your path. You're going to find the direction. But the thing about with the sextile, you have to take action. It's not going to just fall into your lap. The sextile aspect only works for you when you are part of the, when you're taking action and you're doing something. So you're going to be leaving, and then it's trining the South Node in Sag, which is in your 7th house. So I feel that you're going to be leaving behind old beliefs and old habits around relationships. So I feel that you're going to be ready for maybe approaching them in a new way, in a way that it's going to be more successful to you. Then we have the new moon in Sagittarius, and that's a solar eclipse, and that happens in your 7th house. So I feel like something is ending in a relationship, and then there's also a new beginning. Solar eclipses are powerful new beginnings, new energy. And this, in your 7th house, it's the moon and the sun and Mercury are all in your 7th house. So it's a powerful time for new beginnings. And again, it's trine Mars in the 11th. So if there's a relationship or a new romance on the horizon, it can bring you something that you've always wanted. The 6th house is also Venus. Venus is sextile Saturn and Jupiter in the 8th. And it's also, Pluto is also in your 8th house. So you're dealing with powerful people who are probably controlling the financial aspects. And you might be waiting for like government money to come in or some kind of financing. Neptune is in the 10th house, and Mercury, which is in the 7th, is squaring Neptune in the 10th. So the only thing you want to watch out for is make sure that whatever you're communicating, you're being understood and you're being clear, because there could be confusion around communication when Mercury squares Neptune. Make sure that you get your facts straight. Make sure that if you're signing a contract, you're reading the fine print. And then on the 21st of December, Jupiter will conjunct Saturn in Aquarius. This is a major transition from Capricorn energy into Aquarius air energy. And it's happening in your 9th house. This is the house of higher education, learning, teaching, learning, travel. So you could be broadening your horizons with this conjunction. It's also trine your sign, Gemini. So you're getting support from this Jupiter and Saturn connection. Jupiter brings abundance. Jupiter is at home and it's in the ninth house. And Saturn, it kind of rules the Aquarius energy. So whatever you're getting involved in, it may involve a lot of work, but it can bring also a lot of abundance. And you may be reaching out to foreign cultures, you might be making global connections. You might be, actually, it could even be that you're getting, upgrading your skills with the ninth house, because that represents higher education or publishing. You could be teaching, learning, writing, sharing your knowledge in some way. But I feel like you're going to get more exposure when Jupiter and Saturn is in the ninth. And it may even change, whatever experiences you're going to go through, may change your belief systems in some way. Because the ninth house is also a house of spirituality. But I feel like we're on the edge, and also with the Aquarius energy, we're on the edge of a new age coming in. And I think technology is going to be really important when Jupiter and Saturn are in Aquarius. Then we have the full moon in Cancer, and that's happening in your second house. So some issue around finances or money is coming to completion. You could be signing a contract. You've got Mercury in the 8th. Also about that, what you value and self-worth issues are coming to a head or coming into view. So if you've been settling for too less in your life, especially financially, you may decide to do something about it. You may decide to speak up about what you need. You also have the sun, and this moon is sextile Uranus, and the sun is trine Uranus. So there could be some surprise developments coming out from the shadows, because Uranus is in the 12th house. You may have certain realizations or epiphanies about how you've been holding yourself back when it comes to finances, or when it comes to support, any kind of financial support, or even love. There could be some. And Venus is going to be moving into your 7th house. As Venus moves out of Scorpio, it will be in your 7th house at this full moon. Venus in the 7th can bring a partner in, can bring love. And it's going to be conjunct the South Node and opposite the North Node. So what that means is you have to let go of certain beliefs around relationships, let go of certain habits, past habits in the way that you relate to others, and embrace the Gemini energy. Learn to communicate more. Share your ideas, share your stories. Maybe even experiment, have a variety, just date. If you're coming out of a serious relationship, let's say you went through a divorce or something. Maybe you don't want to get committed right away, but you want to date and just see what's out there. But Venus in the 7th can bring harmony to relationships. So you'll find that your relationship's running a little bit more smoothly. You could even attract someone ruled by Venus. So that could be Libra or Taurus energy. The only difficult aspect around this full moon would be the Mars square Pluto. Mars is in your 11th house, squaring Pluto in the 8th. So there could be some power struggles around finances at the end of December. And the 8th house usually represents a partner's money. So if you're expecting some type of financial assistance from either an institution or a government or a powerful figure, Pluto represents power. Someone might be using finances to control you, or maybe wielding their power through the money that they're giving out. So you might have some power struggles in trying to achieve a goal, or it could even, because the 11th house is also group energy, there could be some tension around your friends or groups that you belong to and financial matters. So just be aware of that. Then Neptune is in the 10th house. Neptune in the 10th can make you, the 10th house is your house of career. It can make you feel like you want to get more involved in art or music or photography. But it could also make you want to do something that helps society in some way, some type of social work where you're helping others, where you're taking care of people, or you're doing some kind of healing work or counseling. Now Neptune is squaring, Venus is squaring Neptune at this time. So you want to make sure, and Venus in the 7th, that the relationships that you form at this time are based on reality. I mean, on the one hand, Neptune can bring a soulmate into your life, but it could also bring illusion or glamour, like you're glamorizing or you're idealizing someone. You're not really seeing them for who they really are. You're not really seeing an issue for who it really is, for what it really is. So just be careful if you're committing to anything that you really know what you're getting into. Especially, communication is important. Be specific about what you're communicating. Make sure you're being understood and you're being heard. But I feel that this month relationship matters are going to be very important. When eclipses come around, they usually speed up our timeline, and sometimes we get like knocked out of one thing, and then but it's the reason for that is so that you're freed up, so that you could start something new in a better direction. And I feel that by the end of the month, you're going to be going in a better direction. You're going to you might be releasing something that's been holding you back, releasing some past relationship, past patterns, habits, belief systems, whatever it is that has blocked you from having a relationship. Because you have this powerful new moon in your 7th house, this solar eclipse. That could bring sudden endings, sudden new beginnings, where you've never, that comes out of left field. You weren't ready for it, you're not prepared for it, but here it is. And usually eclipses speed up your timeline. Now the 7th house, it doesn't always have to be a love relationship. The 7th house is the house of committed partnership. So it could be a business relationship as well. If it's not love, it could be business. But whatever it is, whatever you're forming at this time, it has the ability to be in place for a long time. So just make sure that you're checking everything out and that you're not looking through rose-colored glasses at whatever comes up at this time. But I feel that you're leaving behind a difficult situation, and you're moving into something that could be potentially very good for you. A new cycle coming in. And I think you'll be happy with the energy. So I hope this reading was a help to you. Gemini, if you're celebrating the holidays, have a Merry Christmas, have a Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you're celebrating. Happy solstice. Just enjoy the holiday season. And if you like this reading, click on the link, click on the like button. If you want to have a private reading, click on the link in the description box. It'll take you to my website, and we can get you on the schedule and get a reading based on your specific energy and your specific situation. In the meantime, I want to say thank you everyone who's been supporting this channel. If you're new, welcome. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'll talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.